Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Pandooradom. I am Paul Cradle,
Welcome.
and this is
And
our
I'm
other co-host.
Miles Gray.
And
Good to see you all again, Pandora Knots. Good to see you too as well, Paul.
yeah, good to see you again, Miles, and the Pandoranauts, of course. Uh, so we have not spoken for quite a while, but that's all
Yes.
right. But I think there are some new things going on in the world that we have to talk about more that we have not before, such as I'll just throw one out,
Indeed.
AI.
Oh, how do we even
so
begin?
that's so that's something. I'm sorry, there's a lot of people talking and dogs barking right now, so hopefully we can
Yeah,
still
that's fine.
continue. Um, so I'll just on a personal note, I've been kind of offered maybe a job back in Cambodia. Shh, can you be quiet, please? This week we're talking.
I'm taken aback by
Uh,
this. I've
it's
never heard you be
embarrassing.
quiet in this.
I can't. I mean, I'm obviously busy and I can't get it. Anyway, so I've been kind of offered a job in Cambodia. I'm not sure about that.
In,
I'm not sure if I should go back. So it's kind of hard to
uh,
decide.
is
I don't
this,
really have very many pleasant memories. I mean, I do have some, but as far as going back, I'm not really sure if that would be a wise decision or not.
and can you
Um,
remind the Pandora Knots where you currently are?
what's that?
Can you remind the Pandora Knots where you currently are? They may not be able to tell where you are from the accents of the dog's barks.
Yeah, I'm in the Philippines right now.
Yes.
Um,
I can tell by the bark.
yeah. So on the other hand, yeah, I might need to get out. I might be suffering from something about
Cabin fever.
cabin fever or being shut in, having no place to go to do anything that's my deal. I can't. It's hard enough to even get a computer set up and do a show here.
Yeah.
Technically, I guess I could do my painting or hobbies, but I don't have any room really. But I have this beautiful little daughter here, so that makes it all worth it. But
Yeah,
I
for
feel like
sure.
I do maybe need to get going on something or other. Hi. Yeah, that's her. Says
Hi,
hi.
Paige.
All right.
Hello,
Maybe.
Paige. How are you?
Yeah, she's
Are
gonna
you
go.
all right?
She's fine, but I really got to be able to do the show. I
Yes, yes.
gotta. So I just want to bring one thing up, and then I'll hand it over to you. I've noticed probably the greatest source of negative emotion for me lately has to do with it always comes back to having no influence or audience or sway on online postings. I don't have online presence, whether it be a Facebook post, whether it be lacking YouTube viewership, or I'll start a website. I did start a website for ESL job postings, but I just
Oh,
realized
wow.
nobody's gonna, I mean, I got AI to program a lot of it for me, which is fine, but I had to understand the code itself and be able to fix some things. So I did that. I got a hosting service. I did that. If it's not
Oh,
one thing or it's
sorry.
anything I try online, it's like that is the main source of negative emotion in my life. I just don't get online activity rolling. I don't know what it is about me. Do I just need to get out? Am I just too old? Am I too shut in? Am I really just what do you call it? Um uh pa- Pariah in society somehow. But I'm sure I'm not alone. I think there are a lot of
Right.
guys who just pretty much have checked out of society. Back to you, Miles.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yes, thank you. Well, I appreciate you saying all that you've said today, Paul. I think that many of us are feeling similar. I mean, this is a very trying time for many, for a number of reasons around the world. I believe that probably this has always been the case. I mean, when has there ever been a non-trying time in history in one corner or other? I mean, of course, there are times where it feels like it's a kind of Pax Romana, or you feel like, okay, it's a golden age. I mean, there have been examples of that throughout history, but even in those ages, were not there moments that you felt like, oh, everything has gone to you know what?
Hmm.
And I feel that, well, and that's even more obviously the case in times of clear trouble. I think that there's a lot of upset right now, civilizationally. I mean, we have a lot of topsy turvy invertings of moral values, questionings of ethical form, which in a certain way is good to question. But on the other hand, I think that there's a serious attempt at usurpation of the narrative by forces which may not be completely um, well meaning actors. That is to say, that I think that they feel that they believe that they're fighting the good fight. I think they're convinced that they are the champions of social justice and an improved world. But I believe there are many cases where people may feel that way about themselves when in fact they're enacting atrocities, or at least the you know the perilous closening there too. And I'm being very vague purposely right now before we get into any of that. But I do think that there's a lot of that going on in the world, and then there's AI, which is also further making much of what we have taken for granted up to this point no longer possible to simply bury your head in. I mean, we're now at a point where
Hmm.
we are going to have to reckon with what essentially is a new world order, not even in the sense of the countless conspiracy theories that make use of that term, new world order. I mean, I can't count the times I've heard that term or that phrase, and it's often in a manner that I find to be a little bit silly or a little bit disingenuous. Um, but this is a case where you can't really deny that, in a certain sense, the introduction of AI to our everyday lives, in the manner in which it's now developing, really does represent a new world order in a very organic sense. I mean, I'm not even saying that it's been introduced by some secret cabal of people to further control us. I think that it's more like a bunch of happenstances that sort of
Yeah.
conspire to, and it doesn't mean that there are no cabals in power and in charge marionetting some of this. I mean, obviously, major conglomerates and characters of this nature, they do have immense impact and influence on the world, but I don't believe that they're single-handedly driving the AI revolution. I mean, it's many different hands that are involved, and I think that they all have different cross purposes, and it all just kind of comes together organically to result in a new world order rather than something that has been specifically planned out in every single way according to some handbook, which is manifestly ridiculous. um, I mean, if we were already a type 1 civilization, I might see that that's possible, but we're widely considered to be zero point 0.7 on the Kardashev scale. So I don't even think we're capable of doing that at this point, as a single unified human species. To actually mastermind a worldwide conspiracy, I don't think we're there yet. To be frank, I mean, I think we're able to do some of it. Like, I think you can uh, you can create conspiracies, of course, on a certain scale, but to have a complete worldwide conspiracy where it's been planned out by a round table of 12 guys, I mean, give me a
Hmm.
break. Um, it's much more complicated than that. I think only, I hate to put it this way, but smaller brains are the only ones that are going to countenance such tomfoolery. I mean, it's really unfortunately, things are often very gray. I mean, it's well, so I say, being Miles Gray. But a black and white attitude is much more comforting because it puts everything in stark relief. When in fact things
Mm.
are much more nuanced, and I think that causes people anxiety. They don't want their beliefs upon
Well,
which their lives rotate to be based on difficult questions. They want them to be easily answerable questions that they can respond to without an iota of a doubt.
okay, can I jump in
And
here for a minute, Miles?
yeah, please do.
I think I'll just document.
Uh,
In addition to,
although I,
I just kind of
I,
documented the troubles I would
Paul,
be
I,
experiencing hosting a
Paul,
show.
Paul, I do,
Yeah.
Paul, I do have to say, unfortunately, I just got a message from Eva, and she said to come back to the apartment, man. Oh man, yeah,
If it's not
I
one
thought
thing,
I
it's
had more.
another. So I guess it's not only me who's having trouble doing the show. Actually, I
No,
have
no,
time.
no,
I have
no.
time to do the show. It's just that there are I don't really have access to an off limits place of my own. So it's kind of funny that I just documented the troubles of, but it documents kind of Filipino family style living where it's like you, unless it,
Yeah.
unless time is about the only place I get to myself when it's getting dark or actually at night, time starts to open up for me. But I don't have I don't
So
have very much
I
space.
think so. Maybe I think what I do hear that. I think. Oh man, sorry. If we can just yeah, basically the problem is that in Israel right now it's Shavuot or Shavuos, which means that we have like a holiday. So I'm actually at my in-laws' house, and that's why it's
Mm,
especially difficult at the moment. I thought
yeah,
I had more time because the kid is asleep,
yeah.
but I think he just woke up. So now I have to
Oh,
go and
which kid?
Gilly. He was taking a nap,
Oh,
but I now I
but
just cut my time short. But I knew I was
I
walking a
think it
tight wire with this one. I
I
just
think
thought I
it's
had
fine to kind of
more. I thought
document
I had
these things for the show. At least it kind of documents it's kind of an
yeah.
impromptu
I think it's a
diary.
good background because
I'm just a little
well, I
embarrassed
think
that
it's great because
I had to ask people to be quiet. That's embarrassing. And
it's good. No,
but
it's good though because because once we actually blow the Pandora knots away with our upcoming content, what we do now, these impromptu bloopers are going to become gold. You understand?
yeah,
You know,
when there's
like Beatles
material that
outfit.
people dig back through, yeah. And I think that
Just like
this absence that
John
we've
Lennon got
had,
in trouble for comparing himself to Yushka, then the people are going to get in trouble for comparing ourselves to the Beatles.
what's
Oh,
that? I'm sorry. I
all
think
right, hey,
I'll need to get some earphones. Go ahead. What was that?
yeah, I'm sorry. I have to get off. I'm so
Yeah,
sorry about this, but once school is back in, when the kids are back in school after this holiday, which will be like in 2 days, a day or two from now, I will be able to actually talk unperturbed.
yeah. I think I will as well. I think I might be able to get some time and space reserved. All right, so
Okay,
that
great.
will wrap up this show. Good luck to you. I'll see you again and hope to see the
Yes, see you
Pandooradon's
soon.
back. All right.
Yes, agree. And don't forget to record you, Paul, please. And had a pleasure speaking with you today. And to our Pandora knots, I do want to say, please subscribe. You
Right.
won't regret it because it's part of a greater project that is really that really cares about the future of humanity, I do believe. Okay, so we'll
Well
be
said,
in
Mark.
touch.
Keep in touch.
Okay, thank
Bye bye.